Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. I'm Miss Charline, and we're on Dash Talk Radio. And we are interviewing today a friend of mine, actually, someone that I've known for quite a while. And her name is Katrina Sheffield. How are you?
I'm doing great, Charline. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Now, you're a research analyst, which is amazing. You and I have had several conversations about this, and that's why I'm excited to have you on, because this is something for entrepreneurs that is like gold, like platinum, like saves them so much money, right?
It does.
Because you give them the information that they need so that they'll know what they need to do to either decide to have the business or what they can do to make the business successful.
Absolutely.
Oh, so you're like a one-stop shop. Do I do it or do I not, right?
Exactly.
I love it. So now you've been on the show before. And you've been very successful in the past things that you've done. So we want to know, what are you up to now? What are you up to?
Basically, I'm just concentrating on growing my research business. So
Okay.
a lot of different projects are
Nice.
keeping me busy, different types of things. And so it's great. So working a lot, taking care of my family, and things are going really well.
Now, wait a minute. Your family has grown, too, since I saw you last.
It has my newest addition, 4 months old, little Eli, my son.
How sweet. You look great to have a 4-month-old baby. You look absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
That's good. So how is the blend? Like this is like blending a 5-year-old with a baby. How's your older son doing with the baby?
He's doing fabulous. He loves his little brother, loves to take care of him, loves to kiss him, loves to hold him. I mean, he's just the sweetest thing. I love it.
That's so cool. Now, one of the perks for you being an entrepreneur, especially doing this kind of work, is that you get to be a present mom.
Absolutely. I work from my home office, so I'm there with Eli, and I work, I rearrange my schedule as I need to, so it's
Yes.
absolutely beautiful. And I have help who comes in also
Nice.
and is able to take care of him so I can get work done, so it's beautiful.
Now, I talked to you for about 30 minutes on Monday, and we talked about another passion of mine.
Yes.
And we went over, what that vision was, and you listened and interjected a little, asked a couple of questions, and then at the end, what I found to be so amazing was you were able to make a synopsis of what information I gave you, and you said, okay, I'm going to do this, and this, and I'll get back to you in an hour. And I'm like, huh? And you're like, oh, yeah, because you're going to need to do this, and you're going to have to do that, and you should think about this. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. And so it was great because it gave the visionary in me a reality check, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so these are the steps that we're going to need to do in order to make this happen. And so I love that because as a visionary, there's a Disney method to doing things that I follow like religiously and I talk to entrepreneurs about. And that's first, write the vision, make it clear, right? And in the vision, it doesn't have to have the practical steps. You just write the vision and make it clear, right?
Yes.
And so there's these 3 separate components. There's the visionary, the realist, and the critic. Right?
Yeah.
And so the visionary and the critic should never be in the same room, first of all, because the critic would kill the visionary's
Shut
vision.
him down.
Shut him down, right? So, when you're envisioning your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, do it without criticism. Do it in, whatever your comfort zone is, right? And you make this vision clear.
Yes.
And then you bring the vision to Katrina.
Absolutely.
And she is the realist. And what she does is she takes your vision and helps you make practical steps towards what you've envisioned as being your business.
Yes, absolutely.
I
I
love
kind
that.
of lay out that roadmap for
Yes.
you, that yellow brick road to
Yes.
get you to accomplishing that vision.
Amen. And everyone needs a Katrina in their life, especially if they're going to be an entrepreneur or if they're going to grow their business, like their business may be at one space and they want to grow it to a bigger vision, add components, add whatever. You need that person who is outside the company who can take a look inside and see how you should grow and give you the yellow brick road to get you there.
Absolutely. As small business owners that I speak to and work with a lot, they kind of like to hold on to all the pieces. And when I get time, I'll go after that vision and I'll make it happen. But when I come in, they can hand that entire project off to me, and then I can plan it out for them. And all they have to do is, check
it
the
off.
boxes.
I love it because to be perfectly honest, I am so much more calm and feel so much more in control of my other project. I feel so, but I also feel like it's in good hands as far as helping me create the steps to get there. And I also feel like it's, like you said, it's one thing the entrepreneur doesn't have to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And then when you have that clarity in mind, then you can continue focusing on what's in front of you instead of what's on the side of you. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You don't get that shiny object syndrome that takes you off course. You can stay on course because I've got this part handled.
Yes, and that's me. I'm the shiny object. I go, oh, that's a pretty penny over there. Oh, I could do that too. Oh. And you, till you haven't done anything.
Exactly,
right?
I know.
Yeah, because the visionary takes control, And so I love the fact that you have a practical business that makes sense. And it really is in support of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we need all the support we can get.
I know we do.
Right, girl, I got some clients for you. We'll be like, yay, she's in the room. So now, what made you decide to become a research analyst? How did that start?
I was trained as an analyst. So my background actually is in the military. I spent 8 years in the Army National Guard, trained as an intelligence analyst.
Oh, wow.
And then from there went to Department of Homeland Security, and from there have worked on a variety of my own projects. So I've been trained as a research analyst.
Oh,
so I've always done research. It's what I do. I love doing research. It's fun. It's exciting for me.
Yes.
A lot of people see it as long, tedious, boring. They don't understand it. They're not very good at it. But for me, it's a natural passion, and it just works for me. So that's wonderful. My background is in research.
Oh, wow, because that's me. The whole research thing, the penny shows up, and I'm like, woo. So it's good to have, and that's the other thing I wanted to bring up is know your sweet spot, right? And whatever your sweet spot is, work it.
Absolutely, because it's so easy and it's so freeing.
Yes.
And it's your spirit talking to you.
Yes.
When you feel that joy and that happiness, that's what you're supposed to do. So you do what you do, I do what I do, and it'll work out.
Exactly. And it's also building teams. And I noticed that in just about all of my interviews, that's what it comes back to, is finding your tribe.
Yes.
Right? Finding a team that you can work with. And not only can you work with them, but everyone has their lane and everyone stays in their lane and respects each other's lane.
Exactly. You can trust them and they do their thing. I do my thing, and then it all works. It merges together. We all get our stuff done, and the vision gets made.
Yes, and everyone's happy.
Yes.
And everyone's in the credits. Like a great movie, right?
Exactly.
Now, how long have you been doing research? How long have you been doing this?
1999 is when I joined the military, and so that's when I got my training. And so since then, I've taken on research projects. And like I said, I did it for 8 years in the Army, Department of Homeland Security. I've started my own research firm, so I've done a number of research projects. And so, yeah.
Wow. So you're an overnight success, basically.
Of course. I took the online course, and here I am today.
But, that brings up another point is like, sometimes, we think, oh, I want to do this, and we jump into it, and that's great, but know that there is a road to success.
There is, these reality TV programs, they kind of, got us thinking like, oh, I'll do this and tomorrow I'll be a millionaire. And that's how it works. Just quick, fast, and easy. And it's really not that way.
It's really not that way.
And it takes dedication and work.
Exactly. And the sad part is those instant stars are not instant stars either.
No, they're not.
They have put in the work to get to the point where overnight they can become a success.
Exactly.
Right?
Behind the scenes, they were working. They were slaving away, staying up till 3 a.m., going without food, just making it happen until finally, those little baby steps, they all kind of built
come together.
Yes.
Exactly. So there's no such thing as an overnight success.
No, there's
You have to put in your 10,000 hours.
Yes.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, 10,000
hours. And once you get to that 10,000, then you can be an overnight success.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So now you can pretty much work almost within any medium, like any business, correct?
Absolutely. The projects that I've done, they've ranged from, I've written a few down because they're so broad. So when I was in the military, it was everything from tracking high value targets, keeping eyes on the enemy, doing research on different areas of the world, everything from climate to geography. What else? Let's see. I've done book research for individuals on nursing home facilities. Wow. I've helped passion projects, different areas of the world that people should travel to.
Yes.
Media research, product launchings.
Nonprofit organizations, all of that.
Starting a foundation. I've helped with, just anything that you can name.
Because it all needs research.
Exactly. And here's the thing, like research is research. It takes a certain skill set to be able to do research well. And so whether it's a doctor that I'm doing research for, a lawyer for a case, government work, or helping launch a beauty product, I have that skill set to be able to get their client what they need, get my client what they need.
Wow. I absolutely love it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little station break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to talk more about this because this is really good information. I'm Miss Charline. This is Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and we're on Dash Talk Radio, and we're having a wonderful conversation with a research analyst, Katrina Sheffield. I'm loving this conversation. We'll be right back. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Miss Charline on Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and we are back in studio with Katrina Sheffield, and she is our research analyst. And so in the last segment, we really talked about your background and how you got to this point. And the thing that I love is that you're working in your sweet spot. Yeah. You're doing what you do. Now, I wanted to find out from you, the military life is great.
Yeah.
And so you were in the military for 8 years.
Yes.
And so how do you transition from the military life and schedule into private life and then into being an entrepreneur? How does that happen? How does it happen?
Well, for me, coming out of the military and going back to being a civilian, it took some time.
Okay.
So I took out some time just for me. I didn't work for a while, a number of months.
Okay.
I just kind of did my own thing.
Kind of chill.
Exactly. Just to come back into myself.
Yes.
And then I started working for Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
And so came out of the military, finished up my degree, then went to Department of Homeland Security. So that transition, I didn't stay just as a civilian for too long. I was back with a government entity.
Okay.
And so the work there was kind of similar, doing intelligence analysis work. And then from there, went on to starting another company.
Okay. Okay. And that's where we met.
Exactly.
Originally, and your other company.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the other company that I had was actually a skincare company.
That's right.
Because
very successful one, by the way.
Yes, and it was great. And here's the thing. So I started my company because I wanted to do something different.
Right.
Even though I loved research, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and do the skincare thing. I've been making my own products for over 10 years, and let me just give this a go. Let's try something different. Like you were talking about those passion projects.
Exactly.
And so started my company. It went really, really well. But then it started to kind of wear me out.
Okay.
Because I was doing everything.
You were doing everything.
I was doing marketing. I was doing logistics. I was doing product creation. I was doing shipping. And the orders were coming in from Amazon, from friends and family, from my website. And it was just too hard to keep up.
Much.
Exactly. And so it was fun. It was just really, really awesome. But I decided to go ahead and let that go and go back into research. And here's the thing about research is, even while I had my skincare company, I was still taking on research projects.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
People still would find me. People still knew that I did research. And so I was still doing research projects that entire time. And so it was easy to just kind of shift and, start doing research again full time. So it's been great.
That's good because when you're in your sweet spot.
Yes.
You can't have too many research projects, right?
No, I love it. Everything is so different. Everything is so much fun. I learn, I grow. And then the clients who continue to come back to me again and again, I know their businesses even better. So they're getting a better return on investments. It's wonderful, the synergy that we have together.
Okay, you made a great point there because this isn't like a one-time no, you help the person grow their business. So no matter what stage of business that person is in, you help them because it could be a startup, they're just starting, right?
Yes.
They could be just doing the research to see if they want to start up, and you can help them with that.
Yes.
And then the startup and launch of their business, you can help them with that.
Yes.
And then once the business is up and going and running and doing well, you can help them with creating an even larger model of that.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And on my website, I actually brought with me a couple of quotes.
Okay.
It talks about how important research is to scaling your business. Bill
Yes.
Gates said, "I believe in innovation, and the way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts." Spike Lee said, "You have to do the research. If you don't know about something, then ask the right people who do."
Yes.
You know, you've got to have that research element. You got to know what's going on. So if you're not good at research, like I said, so many people see it as long, boring, tedious. They're not very good at it. Go to the research expert. I'm right here. Here, just take it off your plate, give it to me, and let me give it to you and empower you so that you can continue doing what you do.
I love that, because no matter what business it is, you need to do the research. Somebody needs to do the research. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I have another question for you. What does success mean to you?
I think success to me is that I'm peaceful.
Okay.
That I'm feeling at peace with myself.
Yes.
You know, when you're in a place where you can't be rested, where things just aren't settled within yourself, you know, that's the worst feeling in the world.
That's true, no matter how much money you have, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so being peaceful and feeling good about yourself, just feeling that love for yourself. And once you're at peace with yourself, it flows out to everyone around you. It flows to your children, to your husband, to your friends, to everybody that you touch, that sense of inner peace. And so that's, to me, is what success is, that peacefulness.
That's good. That's a good one. I like that. Now, so are you successful?
I am. I absolutely am.
I love it.
Yeah.
High five.
And I work hard at it too. I make sure I get that time in the morning. That's
key.
It is. It absolutely is. Key. You know, it's like there's the analogy of if the plane is going down, you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your children. Yes,
right.
You
or
come
everybody's
first.
Gonna pass out.
Exactly.
Right?
And so always take care of myself first.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything that keeps you up at night? Anything?
Usually it's positive. It's exciting.
Creativity, right?
Exactly. It's exciting ideas for my business. It's projects that I want to get to work on. And so, it's usually happy things and all right, let's try this next and let's do this next. And that's something that has really increased as I've gotten older and more confident with myself. I'm willing to take risks. I'm willing to fail a little bit more. And
they say fail forward.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. That's where success comes from, is from
failing
failure.
Forward.
And so
exactly.
It's like, let's give this a try. Let me try this. And this is a crazy idea. Why don't I go for it?
Right. Now, do you keep like a notepad by your bed or something?
I do.
I do too. That's what I want to know. I keep a notepad by my bed. Now they're telling me to put a recorder in my shower because I have these downloads of creativity. That's too much information. But anyway, because, sometimes, depending on where you are, you need to be able to do what you can do. And water will wet paper. So I need a recorder.
Yes, it will. That's funny. Yeah.
I just sidelined, didn't I? It's okay. It's a radio show. So I do have another question for you.
Okay.
I actually have two, but I'll only ask one.
Okay.
The other one I didn't prep you for. Okay. So if you won the lottery right now, how would you spend the money?
Well, I need to make sure my sons are taken care of. You know, they both have their college accounts, but I want to set up larger trusts for them. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure my boys are taken care of and buy a home.
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles and homes are expensive.
You need to hit the lottery to buy a home in LA.
Isn't that sad?
Really is.
It sad? So
prepare, right?
Yes. And you can help us do that.
Absolutely. Mortgage banking.
So there you go. Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. So you would buy a home, you make sure your boys were taken care of.
Yes.
And then you and your husband, you do some world traveling or something.
We probably would. It's funny because I signed up for this travel zoo site. Okay. And it gives you like these instant pings on like cheap flights that are going on all over the world and all these deals. And it's just, sometimes we think, oh, one day I'll get to that. But right now they're sitting in my inbox. And why not hop on that plane and let's go?
Inquiring minds want to know. Yes. How can we get to that vacation that doesn't cost an arm and a leg?
There you go.
That's how you do
absolutely.
It. Wow.
Yes.
You know what, Katrina? You've got to come back. You do. No, seriously.
I will.
And I also want to set up, because I know the people listening are going to want to know, like, how okay, all of this is great. How do I get started? Maybe you and I should do some workshops together so you can kind of give people helpful hints of how to get started or get motivated themselves.
Yes.
And then, if they still need help, then you can help them.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
I know. So now you got to shout out your kids and your husband. You got to say hi to them.
Hi, Akili. Hi, Eli. Hi, David.
Did you notice how her voice changed? This is Miss Charline, and you are on live on Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and I absolutely love this, and we're going to be working together a lot. So just get used to seeing me, girl, because we will be together.
Yes.
This is Miss Charline, and this is Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and we are on with Katrina Sheffield on Lunch with the Finance Bunch on Dash Talk Radio.